has these versions. Welcome back to the CoolFigurez channel. I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. The information on the channel is intended for adult collectors and not children. And today we are going to be taking a look at the brand new NECA Toys Universal Monsters, the Mummy figure. But first, if you're new, then welcome. This channel is all about cool action figures, analyzing them, hunting them, taking pics of them, and of course, playing with them. If that's your sort of thing, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button? And while you're at it, why don't you go ahead and hit that bell notification icon so you stay notified when I do upload new content. If you do enjoy this video or any other videos that I put out, please remember to give them a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. With all of that out of the way, guys, once again, we are going to be taking a look at the brand new NECA Toys Universal Monsters, the Mummy Colorized figure. Because, as you probably know, there is both a black and white and a colorized version of each of these Universal Monster figures that NECA has been releasing. And this is the third monster in this line. The first being, of course, Frankenstein's monster, and the second one being the Wolfman. And now we have the Mummy. And if you didn't know, on the actor who played the original Dracula in the Universal Monster films, on his birthday, I cannot remember his name right now, on his birthday they did tease that they are going to be releasing a Dracula figure from the Universal Monsters line, so that should be coming soon. But until then, we have Frankenstein's monster, the Wolfman, and now the Mummy to hold us over. So as I said, there is a black and white and a colorized versions. Here on my channel, I have decided to focus on the colorized versions. I don't really need doubles of these guys, and so if you want reviews on the black and white versions, you're going to have to go elsewhere. But if you're looking for the colorized versions, you've come to the right spot, because I have so far all three, and I plan to continue to collect the rest of the figures in this line, and I'm really hoping that we get a creature from the Black Lagoon one of these days. But with that being said, why don't we go ahead and take a look at all the great stuff that this guy comes with. So this guy does come with quite a bit. He is in the new $37 price point with taxes and everything, so be aware of that. However, NECA does give you quite a few accessories, so it's kind of worth it with this figure. So he does get a total of 3 head sculpts, the one he is currently wearing right now, as well as his mummified, sleepy time head sculpt right there, where he has his eyes closed and he's slumbering, guys. Don't disturb him. Shh. And you do also get a neutral head right here, as you can see. It does look very similar to the closed eyes one, because the eyes are very, very small and hard to see on this head sculpt, but it is different in the sense that it has his eyes open versus the other one. And like I said, you do get the one here where he has his mouth open and everything. So that is not all. He does also come with 3 extra hands, all for his right hand though, not his left. So they all come with that ring that he wears on his finger. He gets one flat open one, so that way you can lay it across his chest, kind of like you see here in the picture in the back, when you do get the accessory pack that NECA has already announced for this guy, which comes with a sarcophagus to place this guy in. So you're gonna need that flat hand to place on his chest if you want to put him in there. You also get somewhat of a open hand, but then here you have like an open action hand, I guess you would classify it as, because here it's just kind of open and grabbing, where here it's like grabbing with intention. It looks like he's grabbing at you or someone or whoever's in front of him. Here it just looks like it's an open hand, where here it's a completely flat open hand to lay across his chest. So that is all when it comes to hands and heads. But he does come with a few extra accessories. So he does come with a pair of extra loose bandages that you can throw on him wherever you want. So yeah, that's pretty cool. As well as this scroll of hieroglyphs, as you can see right here. Very nicely done. It does come all wound up and everything. So if you want it to be flat, you just have to roll it the opposite way, flatten it out a bit. But yeah, really cool, really nicely done in terms of being printed and everything. Looks very clear and stuff, so that's pretty cool. And the last thing you do get with this guy is this Egyptian chest, which does open up at the top, which actually is where the scroll came in. So that's pretty cool. And like I said, you are going to be getting a accessory set from NECA for this guy, which comes with a sarcophagus and a larger Egyptian chest to put this smaller Egyptian chest inside, kind of like a Russian doll situation. So yeah, the cool thing is that you have this nice, painted hieroglyphs right here on the top in this gold. really catches the light real nice. I love the little attention to detail of these like Egyptian gods on the corners right there. And then you also get the nice little design right there. And like I said, it does open up, so you have some storage space for whatever you want. I've been actually putting the hands in here, and as well as the bandages. I think they'll fit. Yeah, the bandages will fit in here nicely. And then you can just roll up the scroll, and it can all fit nicely inside. Actually, I think I need to roll this up a little tighter so it takes up a little less space. Let's roll it up a little tighter. Tightly rolled up. And now we can put it there. So yeah, all the accessories fit right there in the chest, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, guys, that is it in terms of accessories. So why don't we go ahead and move on into taking a closer look at this guy. So let's go ahead and pull him forward, and let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room first and foremost. How different is the black and white version from this one? I really want to see someone compare them. It's not going to be me, guys, even though I do comparison videos here on the channel. I'm not going to spend the money on the black and white mummy just to compare a black and white mummy to a black and white mummy. I feel like they could have given him a little more beige in the wrap colors, so that way it looked a little more like worn, you know, wraps and whatnot. But he literally looks black and white. Like, I see a little bit of hinting of purplish kind of shading in the face to give him some color. But other than that, it's really just black and white in terms of the color scheme. Obviously, you have the color in the ring right there, which would be black and white in the black and white version. But other than that, the rest of his body is essentially black and white. So yeah, really nicely done in terms of sculpting and detailing of all these wraps. You can see all sorts of individual wraps along with the majority of it all stuck together and whatnot. I will say he does look like he's wearing a diaper right here, so that's one thing, but it is what it is. I think it's the uniformity of, you know, the bandages and everything that kind of just gives him that. And you do see this cut right here for his abdomen, which is a little odd, especially considering that he doesn't really have any like ab crunch forward or back. But I guess just rotation at the top. But I mean, you get rotation at the bottom too. So me personally, since you don't really get an ab crunch, I would have preferred them not to have this cut or slit here, and it just be one full, you know, body piece right here, and it would just rotate at the bottom. I feel like that would be better, but it is what it is. They made the choices that they made. Other than that, it does look really good in terms of sculpting and detailing and whatnot. So with that being said, guys, why don't we go ahead and move on into articulation. So he can look all the way to the right, all the way to the left. In fact, he could do the whole exorcism thing right there. His head will look down that far. It will look up that far. You do get some movement at the bottom of the neck joint as well. You do get some really good head tilt, pivot, and swivel and all sorts of great stuff like that. His arms will go out to a T-pose. Oh yeah, guys, by the way, I did not heat this guy up whatsoever, so this is all straight out of the box. NECA is definitely getting better at that with their figures, that they're not so stiff straight out of the box and whatnot. You do get 360 rotation at the shoulder, 360 bicep swivel right there, double hinge elbow joints, rotation at the elbow as well, rotation at the wrist, hinging in and out at both wrists, rotation at the upper torso, no ab crunch forward or back like I said, rotation at the waist right there. Looking at his legs, this mummy can join the cheerleading squad. Look at that. And for a NECA figure, that is damn impressive. Straight out of the box, no heating up necessary, guys. Keep that in mind. He can kick out that far. He can kick back that far. He does come with a single hinge knee, but it does go past slightly 90 degrees, and he does swivel at the knee as well. Last but not least, let's go ahead and take a look at his ankles. They will go down that far. They will go up that far. And of course, a ball rocker hinge joint at the bottom. So yeah, guys, all in all, a really great figure in terms of sculpting, detailing, articulation, straight out of the box articulation. I mean, like I said, I did not heat this guy up whatsoever. This is straight out of the box, all this movement. And yeah, this is a NECA figure, you know, so that's what's really surprising about it. But yeah, all in all, another great addition to their Universal Monsters line. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below. Are you collecting this line? Are you collecting the colorized versions, or are you collecting the black and white versions? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you're collecting both, please send me some pics of the comparison between the black and white and the colorized version of this guy, so that way I can see what the differences are between the two, which I am just assuming is just the color of the ring, really. Maybe just some more saturated grays and stuff for his body and whatnot. So that's probably really the only difference. But like I said, send me some pics if you happen to have them. But also let me know what you guys think of this figure, rated 1 through 10 down in the comments below, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. And yeah, are you guys gonna be picking this up if you find them at your local Walmart? Because that's where I found found him. He's starting to pop up at your local Walmarts. So with that being said, join me every Sunday for Coffee and Toys, a weekly toy news, toy talk podcast where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, and so much more. And join me every Wednesday over on Instagram at CoolFigurez for Coffee and Toys Live, where I will speak to a new guest every week about toys, toy collecting, toy hunting, toy photography, and so much more. So let's go ahead and take a look at some really cool creepy pics that I took of this guy. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a great fucking day. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you enjoyed those pics, you can find the full images over on Instagram at CoolFigurez. And I do also have a separate Instagram account for my more thought out, planned out, more edited pics called Epic Shots by CoolFigurez. Check it out. If you like what you see, leave me a follow there as well. And if you guys like unboxings, check me out over on TikTok at CoolFigurez. That's where I post all of my unboxings. And check me out every Sunday for Coffee and Toys, a weekly toy news, toy talk podcast where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, weekly toy haul, and so much more. And join me every Wednesday over on Instagram for Coffee and Toys Live, where I will speak to a new guest every week about toys, toy hunting, toy photography, and so much more. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to listen to me talk about toys. I really do appreciate it.